et bienvenue. My name is Roseann O'Reilly-Runte, President and CEO of the Canada Foundation for Innovation, host organization for the 2021 International Conference on Research Infrastructures. We are pleased to acknowledge the generous support of the European Union, which has made this conference possible. We are pleased to welcome Icri for the first time to North America. Today, we are broadcasting from Ottawa, Canada's capital, the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe. We recognize and honor all Indigenous peoples across this vast land, and we value their traditions, knowledge, and great respect for the natural environment. We had hoped to host this conference in person last fall. While I cannot quite offer you a tranquil walk along the Rideau Canal or a view of our majestic Parliament buildings, I can offer you a warm, albeit virtual, hospitable welcome from my home. The virtual platform has offered us an opportunity to reach a wider global audience and to add more voices to these important discussions. Canada has created a strong, vibrant research environment that is built on a rich legacy of scientific discovery. Insulin, stem cells, and the theory of plate tectonics are but a few breakthroughs that can be attributed to Canadian research. The Canada Foundation for Innovation was founded by the Canadian government 25 years ago to support researchers with the spaces and equipment they need to discover, innovate, and collaborate nationally and internationally. For example, the Canadian research icebreaker Amundsen welcomes researchers from around the world to study the effects of climate change on Arctic waters, ice, land, and people. Canada has also joined and indeed currently leads the Super Dual Auroral Radar Network, a global collaboration of 35 radars in 10 countries that monitor the space weather in the Earth's magnetosphere. We work closely with other countries on projects like the Ocean Tracking Network, which deploys Canadian-made acoustic receivers and monitoring equipment in all 5 oceans to examine movements of marine species. And during the pandemic, a team of researchers led by Canadian Nobel laureate Arthur MacDonald collaborated on a ventilator that was the brainchild of Princeton's Cristiano Galbiati. Research in fundamental physics relies on complex control systems to manage gases, similar to those used in lung ventilators. Researchers turned that expertise into creating a prototype that could be built anywhere in the world with off-the-shelf components. The importance of science has been widely recognized over the last year, and research infrastructures have been at the service of science. Whether the pandemic, climate change, or food security, the labs and tools researchers use daily enable them to tackle global challenges and, working together, find solutions that benefit everyone. I would like to acknowledge that in addition to the European Union's support, we have partners in the Canadian Institutes of Health Research, the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council, the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, the National Research Council of Canada, and Laboratories Canada. I would also like to offer a special word of gratitude to our conference patron and honorary chair, Canada's Chief Science Advisor, Dr. Mona Nemer. Je vous remercie vivement. I would now like to invite Mr. Jean-Éric Paquet, Director General of the European Commission's Directorate General for Research and Innovation, to offer their greetings.
I am delighted to welcome you all to Icri 2021. on behalf of the European Commission. I'm really delighted to have the conference, even if virtually, unfortunately, in Canada. And I would like also to thank Roseann O'Reilly from the Canada Foundation for Innovation and the very many partners in Canada for hosting the conference this year. The topic of this year's conference, building bridges to a sustainable future, I think could not be more timely. I very much believe that research infrastructures everywhere in Europe and around the world are already playing a key role in producing knowledge and solutions for transforming our world into a greener and a more environmental world. We need to transform urgently, and research infrastructures have a key role to play, both to provide that knowledge, these solutions, but also, and I would very much encourage you to think along these lines during the conference, to set the research agenda with your partners so that we have the ambitious research agenda which this urgency requires. I think the pandemic is, of course, a rather spectacular illustration that research infrastructures are key. If I just take the European example, but I think it is an example which has a global reach, which is the European Virus Archive, which was instrumental in this extremely fast sequencing of the COVID-19 genome, opening then the way for many developments in therapeutics and, of course, spectacularly in vaccines thereafter. But maybe even more, the COVID-19 data platform, which was set up by EMBL and the European Commission already in April 2020, and where we have shared hundreds of thousands of genome sequences, and where we have hundreds of thousands of unique users sharing their research results, sharing their data also. And so here, an infrastructure which has been really instrumental in allowing the science at world level to come forward with solutions to the pandemic. So an example which I hope will energize you in your discussions in the next days. And again, that you find new ways of teaming up, working together to provide the knowledge and the solutions and to set the research agenda. I wish you a very fruitful conference.
Merci, Mr. Paquet. The theme for Icri 2021 is the role of research infrastructure in building bridges to a sustainable world. Today, I invite you to join in building real connections in our virtual space. Please contribute to the discussions and share your ideas. I wish you all a very successful conference. Now, please stay online for the first plenary.